Here's a quick tip for how to use Adobe Illustrator to get a preview of what your vector illustration will look like if it's cut out of a material using a regular panel router bit, which is round. So to illustrate this, I'm going to draw something very spiky. So this, when it's cut out with a panel router, will look quite a bit different since it has to be rounded on the points. So I'm going to use the appearance panel, which is right here for me, but you can always find it here. And I'm going to add a second fill with a contrasting color. This is just for you to preview, so you can pick any color you want. And then I'm going to add 2 effects to this second fill. It's going to be under Effect, Path, Offset Path. And here is where we're going to type in the negative value of the diameter of the bit size that's going to be used. So in this case, it's a 1/8 inch bit. If you're using a different unit, you better type it in. And this is important. You have to put round like a router bit is. It's round. It's a circle shape. Okay? And then we're going to add a second instance of that same effect. I'm going to go to Path, Offset Path, apply a new effect, yes. And this time we're going to do a positive value of our router bit. So that's 1/8 inch without the negative sign this time, and round. Okay. This is important that they be stacked on top of each other, both underneath this new fill color. And the one on top should be the negative one, and the one below should be the positive one. So if we zoom in, we can see, sure enough, we're not going to see, because it's a round bit that's cutting out this design, it cannot make it to these pointy edges. So this gives you a preview of what it's going to look like, because that might affect how you want to do your design. So I've got this rat pattern here where it's, ooh, some of this might be too small for this bit. Let's find out. We can take this new effect we made, save it as a graphic style, so that now it's easy to apply to other things. So there we go. So we can see we got some problems here, right? So for the back of the rat, it's not, the router bit can't fit into this part. So it's not gonna look like I want it to. I do want this like kind of neck of the rat to be cut out. So I can see in real time, okay, I can kind of move my nodes and get like, okay, this is looking good enough now. Get that little hair spike a little bit more. And then you can see some of these places where it really desperately needs to be widened. If this is indeed the proper scale and the proper size of bit I'm using, lets me see all that. Now there's a limitation. If the whole piece is so small that it wouldn't be routed out at all, this technique of this applying these offset paths to the appearance panel, it doesn't know what to do with it, and it actually puffs it out really large. But thankfully, once you get the eye for it, you can kind of see like, oh, this doesn't fit with the others. This is a problem. And so if I do move that out to now it's not 0 anymore, it will start to fill it out correctly. So you can see like this down here has the same problem where it's 0, so it's puffing it out. Can you see that puff out? Okay, so you can start to get it to see how you want it to look. So there you go. There's a nice way to get a live preview of how your vector illustration in Adobe Illustrator will look when cut out with a rounded panel router bit.